What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
Not
another damn
another
pod.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our damn selves.
328.
28.
Yeah, kid. What's up? What's up? And
Um,
yeah,
same old, same old.
yeah, you've been back to school mode now.
Back to school mode, but the children are doing well. Like they're doing well. Adapted. We went to an open house recently for the school and
Yeah.
everything, I'm feeling good about it.
Mm,
It's just what, like this is
true.
going to week 4 now, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Cause like they were already 2 weeks before, Labor Day. But it's still like an adjustment because like in our mind, we used to
The
like
day
the
school starts back is like
Tuesday
it's
after Labor Day or the Wednesday after Labor Day or whatever. Yeah.
some school districts still do that. Like Rockford just started back last week, for example. Yeah. So like, some school
Yeah.
districts
Some people still do that. Yeah.
they'll do the after Labor Day. Yeah. I'm
Hmm.
sure a lot of kids probably don't show up the first weeks in August. That's probably why I said fuck it, just keep it Labor Day and shit. There
Like we're still on summer
was
vacation.
a lot of absences
Ooh.
like at school, like yeah. Yeah, but we back in, yeah. Like
Mhm.
getting on about week 4, something like that, you said.
Yeah, about week 4. Yeah, because they had the 2 weeks before, and then Labor Day was like week 3, and now going week 4 now. So they're really getting settled in and everything. So that means progress reports will be coming out in the next few weeks because they stay on top of that. They get the progress reports out, and then you can look and see, okay, if your child is having some issues somewhere and
Falling behind or whatever.
make the adjustments. Parents, because teachers aren't the only factor.
Back.
Like as a parent, I'm stepping up on my soapbox a little bit. As a parent, you have to reiterate that at home. You have to reinforce it. You have to do your part. They
Back.
learn at school, but then you reinforce it
And as
at
an
home.
instructor, even though I have adult students, yeah, it's on you. But yeah, it's not my fault.
Yeah, it's on you. Yeah, as an adult,
Not my
you're
fault. You
responsible for
suck.
yourself.
But yeah, you can't blame. You suck. You suck. How's that my fault? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because too much of the teachers ain't do. It's like yeah, okay. Like, is it crappy teachers? Absolutely, it's crappy teachers everywhere. It
There's a
is.
lot. There's a lot of Cameron Diaz's out there.
Bad teachers.
Bad teachers out there. Yeah.
It is, but it's also a lot of good teachers out there, and
You're talking to one of them. Damn it.
like our mom was a teacher, so like I mean,
He's a
we
school teacher,
saw we
elementary at
saw what
that.
our mom did. Yeah, like our mom was a good teacher.
Taught
Yeah,
for like what 40 years or something like that. It's like
yeah,
so,
she taught
yeah.
for a while. CPS, yeah, she did CPS for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like you have to step up and do your part as the parent. Be involved, know what your child is doing, look at their scores, look at their test scores, look at their homework, help them out, explain things to them. And if you need to get outside resources, you can get resources. And guess what? It's a lot of good resources on the internet that are free.
Theinternet.com, as they say.
It's a lot of stuff on the internet that's free. It's a lot of like different apps, a lot of different things that you can use, or stuff that's even like lower cost that you can use. So, I mean, it's not really an excuse, is the point I'm making. Like, you can't just be like, well, my child is like, but and this and that. It's like, no, you got to get involved if you care about what your child's future is going to hold for them. I'm just saying.
And since we talking about back to school and everything being like the whole how everything is ass backwards now and shit, like
Oh,
let's talk
gosh.
about
Not as Chris.
okay. School is starting back in August and shit, but for some reason, Taste of Chicago kicked off this week and shit. It was the sorriest looking taste I've ever seen
I
in
know.
my life. I go past
I
that
forgot. I
as
forgot.
like I teach class downtown, so I pass that every day. It's like I don't see us one soul like walking through there. Like, I saw nobody. At least the times I was going, like it might have been people there like before and after, but like I didn't see like I saw nobody. Like it's the sorriest looking taste I've ever seen in my
I
life.
had no clue because I totally forgot about it because the only reason why is because when I was leaving the office and then mom had mentioned like, yeah, and the taste, I was like, oh yeah, that is this weekend. Like
Taste is going
I
on
was
right
completely
now
like,
as we recording this shit. Yeah.
I didn't
It'll be
remember.
over, I think, after when it airs. But yeah, I think it's still going on right now as we record this shit.
And
Sorry,
my hope for the
never
future
thought about
is I hope that we can bring the glory days of the taste back because I mean, in my mind, like that was the meetup spot. When I would come home from college, we would meet up at the taste.
and it
Like
was perfect for you because the taste usually went on during your birthday
during
week.
my birthday,
But
exactly.
yeah, you'd be like, yeah, I go kick it out the taste for my birthday like that. Yeah.
That's what I would do. I would go and tell my friends, like, hey, let's meet over here. Let's
It would
meet
kick off the end of June and it would end like July 4th. It's like that's how the
July
taste
4th.
went. It's like
Yeah.
mhm.
And then they had the big fireworks show on the
On the
3rd.
third, yeah, the
Yeah.
big show, yeah. That was the traditionally the taste. The reason this year why it didn't happen during that time is because of NASCAR.
NASCAR,
And
no.
just in general, they've been pushing it. It's been after the fourth for like years. Like
Yeah, because they got rid of the fireworks show.
they ended that 10, 15 years ago. They
Yeah.
got rid of
When
that.
they got rid of the fireworks show, I was like, wait, what? Like, I remember I was like so upset when they got rid of the fireworks show. And they're like, well, Navy Pier has fireworks on Saturdays. I'm like, it's not the same thing.
And other smaller shows like 63rd did one
Yeah.
up north, I think Montrose. So like they started doing smaller shows for the neighborhoods instead of the big one down like before.
Yeah, you can just go in the hood and just go and see like a firework. That's what I've been doing. Like, I've been doing the fireworks show at my friend's house. Like she's been doing it. I do that. But
And I've done the well when we were in Lansing, I used to do that fireworks
oh
show.
yeah. Lansing had a good one. Lano Park District. Theirs was good. Yeah.
And then after that, I started going to the Navy Pier one. Like I did that a few times, yeah. And I haven't done the fourth like recently, yeah. But yeah, like a few years ago, I was going to the one down the Navy Pier. Just hang out by the fountain, and you could get a per
Yeah,
good.
by the fountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the view I would pick. Is like, so I'm not going all the way over there to the pier. It's probably
No, you can see right there at the fountain.
It's like we
And then
posted a
where I
right at the
used
fountain. It's like, okay, this is where we're gonna watch it.
and then where I used to live, like where the curb is right there by Quadrangle, like you could see like stuff right there.
First Street show, like yeah.
Yeah, you could see stuff right there. So you could get a nice view right there. And I actually went to a wedding. It was actually a wedding I went to on the 4th a couple of years ago. And the coolest thing, because like at the wedding, it was at the Sears Tower. Let me not do that. It was at the Sears Tower with whatever you want to call it.
Oh, who cares?
Whatever you want to call it. So
I don't even care at this point because
we were like on the 96th floor, whatever, in the Sears Tower. So like because the wedding happened on 4th of July, when after like the wedding, the reception and all that, and then it was like dark, and then we were just like looking out over the city. You could just see all the different fireworks, and that was like really cool, like seeing okay, that's the west side over there, that's the north side over here, that's the you can see like all the different fireworks shows going on and have that aerial view from like 96 floors up. Like that was pretty cool, like looking at all the different neighborhoods celebrate.
Weird friends. Like,
you said what?
I got some weird friends. One got married 4th of July, the other one got married 9/11. Y'all got some weird ass friends. I got some strange friends. I know we should get married July 4th. There's nothing going on that day. How about September 11th? Yeah, like when yeah, I think that would be a good memorable day.
Hey, we just show up. I mean,
next friend's gonna get married on December 25th and shit. There we go.
Stop. It is people who have gotten married on Christmas, and I'm like, what? Like, huh? What?
Nothing going on that day. No.
I've seen some Halloween weddings too. I've seen people, but they were like
Halloween fell on the weekend.
But they were kind of like goths, so like it made sense. They were kind of goths, so that's why they got married on Halloween. That makes total sense.
Rest in peace, Bushwick Bill. Just Halloween fell on the weekend. But that Taste of Chicago, that was some sorry shit there. I'm like, yeah, move this shit back to July or something like.
Yeah, because it just
doesn't. It's like I don't know if NASCAR is gonna be a regular thing, so the Taste might permanently be in September.
Yeah, because the NASCAR thing.
Talking about they coming back. They said they doing it again.
They have a contract with NASCAR for what the next 3 or 4 years, something like that. They signed they signed one of those big contracts with them. So
might permanently be there. Yeah. Because you
can't.
I
think it was a test.
Do it in August because Lollapalooza is a free.
Right, Lolla is in August. Yeah.
Suppose you could, but if you push it at the end of August, it's almost September anyway. So you might, if you do it at the end of August, so it might be stuck in September for now, which is the Taste. It might have a sorry ass taste for like the next.
I mean, September in Chicago is so sketchy. Like the weather is like very sketchy in Chicago. It's
Right
miserable.
now, it was in the 60s and shit. It's like,
Yeah. And then it was raining. Like the rain lifted eventually on that Friday, but it was raining that Friday. It was like raining heavy, and then it lifted. But
yeah.
it's like rain is like sketchy. I mean, like weather is sketchy in Chicago, so you need to figure out a way to like maybe beginning of June,
Try to
possibly.
do it, yeah. Like put it on the opposite end. Kick off the season with it. Do it like after Memorial Day. Like try it
Right.
at the front of the summer and shit. That might work better and shit. Yeah. Do like yeah. Do Taste of Chicago that first that Memorial Day until like
Or
kick it off there.
or tie it in with this. Tie this is so people are jumping on this thing with tie it in with Father's Day / Juneteenth. Tie it in with that.
There's already a lot going on there.
Tie it in with that. I'm just saying. Because you could have like you could bring Real Men Cook again and the Taste. See, Real Men Cook could be at the Taste. See,
Taste will definitely be a different experience if they
or
tie.
am I thinking? Or am I going too much out the box? Am I going too much?
Well, let's
I mean,
move
we
on.
got a black mayor, so a black male mayor. So I mean,
Brandon, well, he got other work.
man,
He got way more to worry about than the Taste of Chicago.
I know.
Let that man worry about more important shit. Putting the taste on.
Let me not be frivolous.
Okay. He does that, motherfuckers will really be mad and shit. All this shit going on, you worried about putting a taste on Juneteenth? That's funny.
Well,
What
that was
also
just my thought, but whatever.
what also is going on but the fellas are happy about him. The NFL is back, baby. Kicked off this past Thursday. Lions keeps shout out my guy Irk, who's from Detroit. He was waving his Lions flag and shit. He's like, yeah, we kicking the NFL off. Damn it, we going to the bowl. I'm like, okay.
You're doing too much.
Detroit. You know how Detroit Negroes are. Detroit beat Detroit and shit. That's all.
Detroit beat Detroit. So, we got family in Detroit. That's why we always like laugh because we have family in Detroit.
So. I got family and I got friends there. It's like my guy Irk in Detroit. Courtney Hicks is Detroit. I got people in Detroit. It's like, and I always roast Detroit on behalf of them. Like roasting Detroit.
Yeah, hubby was definitely enjoying his man cave. Like he was down here and there. He took Khalil down.
Right, this is the first because like when y'all moved, like it was in the middle of the season. So this is really the first
Black Friday,
full NFL season, yeah.
Cause he's like, Khalil, you want to watch the football? He's like, yeah.
So are you ready for some football?
And then Khalil he didn't even make it. Like he made it like to like the first quarter where they like them
Thursday night games. That's for the diehards, like the Thursday nights. Like most of the casuals, like wait till Sundays. We'll watch Sunday. Them diehards, say, we gotta watch the Thursday game too. It's like
Marcus the kids already know, like Daddy, it's football season. So once Daddy's gonna be watching football Sunday, Monday, Thursday and Saturday because college is Saturday.
NCAA is Saturday, yeah.
So they know that Daddy watches football 4 days a week.
I totally skipped NCAA. It was some good games this week. I follow the box scores. Yeah, it was some good games this past weekend. But yeah, I don't watch college football. I don't watch NCAA. I don't watch NCAA because they full of shit. It's like that's the organization, not the players. The players are legit, like the organization.
The organization, it's a money grab. We know that. We know it.
So they start paying these athletes, I won't support them.
And then they have the picture, like with we have YouTube TV. So like they had like the 4 screens because like when I came out on the TV and he had the 4 screens up, I'm like, okay, like this is your life now. This is what's going to be.
He must be playing fantasy football. That's all the fantasy football players do. Because like you got players on every team, you want to watch every game. When I played fantasy, I used to do it like that. I'd have like every game on. It's like you watch.
Because he had 4 different screens up, like the college games, and then
I secretly be in a fantasy league and shit. Like he just didn't tell you.
Even tennis was like on one of his screens. Like he even had tennis.
Because the U.S. Open was this weekend.
Yeah, because he had like the 4 screens, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, you just
Coco Gauff. Congratulations, Coco Gauff won the U.S. Open.
Coco, yeah.
Coco, yeah. So yeah, big sports weekend basically. Yeah, it was like I forgot about that. The U.S. Open went down this weekend.
So, ladies, if you don't like sports, then you might want to.
And what better way to kick off the NFL season if you're a Bears fan? Bears Packers at Soldier Field, baby. Come on. I don't have the results because we're recording this before the game even started. So that's what
Yeah, because it was a late game.
this.
So
Yeah, Bears got the afternoon game, the
yeah,
three
the late
three
game.
o'clock game they end. But we record this before the noon games. Actually, we're
Mhm.
recording this early Sunday before. And only
Yes.
result we have is that Lions Chiefs game from Thursday was 21-21 by the Lions. While my guy Irk was celebrating, said, "Yeah, we
Mhm.
going to the bowl, baby."
The interesting thing that I like to point out is that I saw someone post this about, they said that opening week, they said it's 14 Black quarterbacks that are starting opening week. And I'm like,
The Bears got one of them, Justin
Mhm.
Fields, baby.
And isn't the Packers a new quarterback? Isn't he Black too, I think?
I think so, yeah, because they
Oh,
traded.
they got two Black head to head. Like that's something. Like that's like, whoa. Like,
Quarterback. Let me look there. Who the hell is? I know they drafted a quarterback a couple of years ago. I
because I
forgot.
think that this I think they have a Black quarterback now, I think.
Shows you I ain't die hard. I forgot the brother's name and shit.
Mhm.
So
Well,
my NFL, like it, my NFL, I'm still into it. I'm not as into it as I was like 5-6 years ago because
Mhm.
Bears had a long losing sucking streak. Bears haven't been good since Lovey Smith left. Basically, like
Yeah,
that was a long time ago. Like,
yeah. Like the Devin Hester when he was running back.
yeah, that's the last time I was really
Pick off.
yeah.
He would just take off. Yeah.
And then a lot happened then like the Kaepernick stuff happened like up in there. So a lot of people that turn on both sides that turn people off. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you're with Cap, you got turned off. So that is racist and all of that shit. And if you were against it, Cap, you're like, hey, I just want to watch football. I don't care about this political stuff. So it
Right.
turned people off on both sides. The Kaepernick stuff.
Mhm.
So NFL like took some hits like during all of that and shit. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then yeah, but to me it was more than it was not just the Cap stuff. It was more about to me with my sports fandom. I can't watch bad teams for too long because you lose. Like yeah, it's hard to watch that shit. It's like you can't watch a team get their like you can't watch the Bears lose like 13 games every year. It's like, it starts getting to you. It's like, okay, why am I even watching this bullshit? It's like it starts getting to you after a while. And like so but I'm encouraged about this current team.
Mhm.
They made some nice offseason moves. So
Mhm.
and they got the Packers. So yeah, it should be fun. Yeah. Definitely
Take them down, and they home because we at Green Bay. So take them down, take them down, take them down.
should be fun.
Make a statement. That's why I say if you could come out and make a statement, you could win on the road and you're
No,
open.
they had Soldier Field.
Oh, they such I thought they were away.
No, they playing in Soldier Field.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Soldier Field is going to be a road game pretty soon. Arlington Heights is going to be the home team. Damn it!
Well, but they said that now it's not a definite thing because now they're trying to make it interesting now because they said that Brandon Johnson is like trying to
He's
make that
trying
work.
to work his magic with.
And like now they're open.
I gotta see this though. It's like because
What they turn a deaf
The
ear.
Bears already bought the land. It's like that's where to me like that's when it became real in this bitch. It's like it was
They
talking
bought the land, but it's a hiccup with that now. It's a hiccup now, so it's not ready to move forward.
allegedly is like that's more like that's like the Arlington Heights people trying to get more money. That's all that is. It's a money grab. It's like yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, pay us off. We'll let you continue. So you know how politics
Cause
work.
I'm in cause like I go out that way, like for work sometimes. I'm like out by Arlington Heights. So
And
yeah.
they tore down the racetrack. So now, like, yeah, it's like shit's the ball is in motion, like with stuff. Yeah. I don't think that probably don't have nothing to do with the bear because the racetrack has been torn down.
The racetrack has
I've been
been,
seeing that they tore it down. Like it's like people in my Chicago groups I'm on Facebook. They said the final remnants of the old Arlington Heights racetrack. It's like yeah, so it's like just rubble and shit. Yeah. So that the racetrack is also that's moving forward that part on that end and shit.
But yeah, I just want to just know like what would be like the plan because the big thing is that they want the stadium. They need more space. That they need the stadium.
Yeah, they watched that rebuild. It's like like the new Soldier Field got less seats than the old Soldier. Where they do that at? y'all got less capacity. You're supposed to get more capacity when you redo,
Mhm.
but like this new version is like somehow it got less seats than the original Soldier Field.
And then they was like they didn't put the dome on. Like they should have put a dome
Yeah,
on
they
because
kept it, yeah, or like yeah, retractable. Like make it
the
like you could
retractable. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, the
have both.
retractable.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could have options. Open it. Like now is a nice day. You could have it open, but
because we
like
live in
before
Chicago.
had it, it closed. It's like yes, yeah.
We live in Chicago. It gets cold. It's been days where, and I'm so glad. Like I remember when Marcus and I first got married, he was trying to go to the Cowboys Bears game because it would have been Monday Night Football, and he wanted to go to that game, and we like it didn't happen or whatever, obviously. And then
Thanks.
that day,
That's why it didn't happen. But he's like, I'm not fond of that shit.
it happened to be because I was like, it was like in November, and I'm like, it's going to be freaking cold. And it happened to be the coldest day of the year at that point. It was like single digit temperature outside. Single digit actual temperature was single digits. And I was like, and you would have had me outside in that? Like,
I've
no.
seen
Like,
days like that when they were basically giving tickets away. It's like it was last year or year before, like it was like one of them super cold days like that with the Bears play. It was like a cold advisory, like like one of those days. And tickets are like $20 to go. I was like, even if you paid me $20, I wouldn't go to that game. It's
oh, hell no.
like fuck that. It's like, even if you gave me money to go to that game, I'm not going.
I can't sit out. Like, my rule is past October, I'm not, I have to, if I do go to a game, it has to be by October. I have to go like early season. I can't sit outside. I
There's
can't.
tickets for the December 9th game, $20. I'm like, I'm still
Yeah.
not going. Still not going.
Scared.
All going for $20.
I'll
So
be watching at home in
I'm
my
sitting
nice
out
warm
there.
house. In my
Single
nice warm
digits,
home.
actual temp, single digits, and negative wind chills. I'm not sitting out there in that shit. See, that's what I say. I'm not a diehard like that and shit. I ain't sitting out there like that. It's super
Hmm.
cold and shit. But NFL season, week 1, baby.
Yeah.
Go. Waiting to see what these Bears got on the agenda this year.
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
Hey,
I'm excited though. I'm excited for football, even though like basketball is more my sport,
still got at least a month and a half before we get
I
there.
watch football. I do. Like I will. I do enjoy it. Like I'll sit and I'll watch the games with Marcus, and I'll sit with him and Kai. And like I said, since we have like the man cave now, it's like I'll come down and I'll sit and I'll watch, whatever, and peek at it. So
Well, yeah, we mentioned a few minutes ago. Congratulations, Coco Gauff won the U.S. Open. That was a big deal.
yes.
19 years old. Yeah,
Ooh.
looking up her first career win, her first major title win. Let's say yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she's the next one up.
So now it's Serena like, I need to come out retired. Like, you know how the greats are. The greats
Um,
are like, yeah, I got to come.
guess who is making a comeback? Naomi Osaka.
Naomi, I saw it because she said next year she'll be
Yeah, because
back.
she had her baby and now she's like, okay, now it's ready to get back to work. She's coming back
Mhm.
2024. So there we go. Coco
I'm
versus
ready.
Naomi is like, there we go.
I'm ready.
There's the battle right there.
Maybe we'll definitely, will definitely keep her on her toes, like, like getting up and chasing around, like especially once that baby gets to be walking, you gotta keep up with that baby. So
Yeah, because her
the
and
baby
Courtney, they
definitely,
got a little girl. Yeah, they just had their baby.
mhm. She'll definitely be running after that baby. But I'm ready. I mean, I feel like it's like a really good shift in like sports and stuff, just in general. I feel like it's like a nice, like I said, I'm excited. I think I might have an Olympics watch party next year. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm excited about these Olympics.
That'll be fun. 2024 Olympics.
I might do a watch party. Like, I think I might do one. Like, let's watch the Olympics at my house. I might do it. But yeah, good deal. Good deal.
UFC 293 was Saturday night. It was a big sports weekend. It's like
Oh.
big sports weekend went down this way.
Oh yeah, I did hear Marcus say something about the UFC, but he doesn't really do like the UFC
Not a
fight.
big UFC guy, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
because he'll do the boxing, like he'll or like the big
like with
boxing
combat
fight.
sports is like you usually either one or the other. So it's like some gray area, of course, in there.
Mhm.
Like I got more into the UFC probably because I've done MMA and it's
Right.
just like yeah, it's more action. Like boxing had fell off for a while. It's coming back. boxing wasn't good for like close to a decade. It's like meanwhile, UFC, you got like cats getting knocked out in like 14 seconds. Okay, like or
and then the kick in the face, the
they
kicking
got the
it.
kind of submissions is like boxing does. Like, so I got into UFC then. And plus, I was doing it as well too. I was like doing my work. I was at the UFC gym down
Nice.
was it yeah in North North not West Loop. It's like but yeah, well, it was West Loop. Yeah, the studio West Loop. Yeah, I was doing workouts there and shit. So it was
Nice.
I got into UFC more really during that time. And that was like the prime era of UFC too. It's like before Connor fell off and shit. He fell off. It's like during that era. And John Jones before the drugs kicked in on him and shit. It's like Ronda Rousey was still around, and it was like prime UFC, like when I was really into it. Daniel Cormier, let's go. You don't know any of these names.
I have no idea any of these names.
Anderson Splatter Silva, the GOAT. Let's go. This is like prime UFC, like you know Ronda Rousey and
I know Ronda Rousey. I know her.
You heard of them.
I know Conor McGregor and Ronda Rousey. Those are the only names. That's about as
even if you don't watch, you know them because they both were controversial, especially McGregor.
That's about as deep as my UFC knowledge goes. It's like those two, only because they were in the news. Like you start naming other people, I'm like, I don't know.
This was prime UFC, but yeah. And now, like a lot of them have retired or moved on to other stuff. So, like,
yeah.
So now UFC is in a bit of a rebuild, but like now boxing is rising back up. So it's like balance. Yeah, it's like boxing is like it's gotten interesting again. Yeah, boxing wasn't good for the longest time. I guess because I come from the era like with like to me Tyson. That's like prime boxing to me. It's like that's when I think boxing. I think of that era.
Tyson, yeah.
Tyson and shit is like was when I was really into boxing and shit. And then even after Tyson, you still had like Holyfield, Lennox Lewis,
yeah.
Like it was still like like the heavyweight division was on fire during that time. It's like heavyweight boxing was like the shit during that time. And then all of them, just got old. It's like I'm saying, But then you had Floyd after them, like the next he was like, he wasn't heavyweight, but he was
the welterweight,
next exciting boxer like the Floyd, and then you had that Pacquiao,
Alvarez. That was like the most boringest fight. Like I was so mad about that fight.
That fight could have never lived up to the hype because
I was so mad. I'm still mad about
it could have never lived. It could have never lived up to the hype. It had too much anticipation. That's why.
Yeah.
You thought it was gonna be the greatest fight of all time, and I gotta rewatch the fight. Like my fight might have not even been that bad. It's just it just wasn't the greatest fight of all time. It's like
it was not good.
That hype is like
it was not a good fight. It wasn't. Not to me. It wasn't.
I only watched it the one time. I gotta rewatch it.
Like, it wasn't
when I watched it was like at your house, like it was like 25 other motherfuckers there. So like I watched it alone and see like concentrate. It might have not been that bad of a fight. I just only watched
Ariana was a baby, so that was like my reason. I was like, well, so let's have the fight party and then people can see the new baby. So that was like my motivation. But it wasn't a good fight to me. It wasn't.
Roy Jones around in the 90s too. I just thought about him. Roy Jones. So yeah, 90s boxing was the best.
Yeah, 90s boxing was good.
80s and 90s, like 80s was still good too. Because you had like Sugar Ray and like Tommy Hearns and Marvin Hatton.
Martin
good too. Was like 80s and 90s boxing was the best.
Yeah, it definitely was a different feel for like that era.
Yeah.
Like we too young for the Thriller in Manila. We don't know about that.
Can't speak on Ali Frazier like that was before my time. All of that and George Foreman, like all of that was.
That was way before.
George's comeback, I remember that when he was like my age in the 90s, and he made a comeback and that.
George Foreman grills is the way I know George Foreman mostly for him selling grills. That's what I know.
I know his 90s comeback when he was like it was my and looked like me too. Like he was like flabby and shit. It's like he was bald and flabby by the end of the night, but won the title though and shit. So he was still a bad motherfucker, even like that.
I remember he had a sitcom in the 90s. It
was during the time. That was during his 90s comeback. Yeah, he had a TV show and was still boxing all at the same time. And probably started making grills. That probably was all going on at the same time. I think Sheryl Lee Ralph played his wife on the show.
Sheryl Lee Ralph was his wife on the show. It was before Moesha. Before she got Moesha.
Like 94, 95, pre-Moesha. No, we should start about 96 or something
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
you should start at 96. Yeah.
So this is before that. Yeah. George
Like
Foreman was like
94.
he had won the title like during that time. So yeah, it
Gosh.
was like old as fuck. Shit.
He was like 53.
Like how he looks now when shit basically like he looked he didn't look like prime George. He looked like how he looks now. So basically he hasn't aged in 30 years. He still looks the same as he did.
So the bottom line is that when you think something's out of reach, it may not be out of reach.
Yeah, George Foreman won the title at like 50. So there you go.
Yeah, he was in his 50s. So it's never too late. That's the lesson here. It's never too late.
I guess he wanted to redeem himself because he got knocked the fuck out by Ali back in the day. So he's like, hey, I gotta make a comeback. It's 20 years later. And Ali is like, he can't do nothing. He was like he was totally sick by then, like by the 90s.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm gonna come back and shit. I gotta redeem myself. I can't go out like that, damn it. Yeah. And won the title and shit.
And did he?
George Foreman, shout out George. But yeah, we took you down a history lesson. And those non-sports fans are like, shut the fuck up with all this, especially this old ass boxing shit. Yeah, what y'all talking about it.
I had to make fun of the Thriller in Manila because that's all the old people like boomers talking about the Thriller in Manila. So I had to laugh at it. Like 1970, whatever it came out. Like I
was that 75 or something, whatever.
So it was like a long time ago. I wasn't thought of, so it's like it was very, very much a long time ago.
Ali Frazier, and I've seen that fight on HBO, like on the old like you know they run the classics like so.
Yeah,
I've seen the fight. I watched it later, like of course way later, like within the last couple of years later. I mean, like I just watched that fight.
I saw the reenactment in Ali.
Oh, with Will Smith and shit.
Will Smith. I saw the Will Smith version, the reenactment.
Chris Rock should have played Joe Frazier in that shit. Too soon. Well, I saw the reenactment at the Oscars in Investa Case.
A mess.
That's funny.
Oh my Lord. Oh, if we are going to go down, I want to open up another rabbit hole that I went down that I saw recently. So we all know that last week, I mean, the Hive, it was B-Day because it was Beyonce's birthday. And what I saw that was interesting, like at her concert, at her birthday concert, you know, she like shouted out all the members of Destiny's Child, like even like the two original, LaToya and Latavia and everything. So then I saw Destiny's Child.
Before you go further, did Farrah get a shout? Probably not.
Who? Who?
You said all members? Go ahead.
She doesn't count. She doesn't. Like, this is why she doesn't count, because she did a couple of concerts. She's not on any of the vocals of Riders on the Wall or Survivor. Her vocals are not on neither one of those albums.
She never sang on either album because
she never sang on either album.
She was hired after the first album was completed, and she was fired before they started recording the next album.
So. Correct. So that's why she doesn't count. But when she shot them or whatever, and then I saw a website and when I clicked on it, it said Destiny's Child 25th anniversary. When I clicked on it, it said new website coming. So now the rumors are stirring. Is Destiny's Child planning a tour?
Tour or music, one of the two.
I want a tour. Like, I'm gonna say, as a old ass millennial, us old ass millennial girls, we love some Destiny's Child. So I think that, you know, we all have jobs now. We can actually go and buy these tickets. So get the DC 5, all 5 members. I want to see all 5. Beyonce, Kelly, Michelle, LaToya, Latavia. Get all 5 of them on the stage and make it happen, because The Writings on the Wall was such an iconic album. The album came out during my senior year of high school, and I was still bumping it when I went to college.
And so they never got a proper tour with that album. Because like during that tour, that's when that LaToya and Latavia got fired during that tour.
Yeah, all the bullshit happened.
Yeah, so like they never really got a proper tour of the original Destiny's Child, but for that Writings on the Wall album.
Mm-hmm.
They went from like 4 girls to 2 girls, like mid tour or something like that. Like they got fired.
Right. Because I went down a rabbit hole and I saw they were in, was it Amsterdam? Like I saw some unreleased footage of when their album first came out. It was when the Writings on the Wall first came out, and they did
Still all four of them, yeah.
they did So Good. They did Bills, 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 obviously. They did Bugaboo. They did Get on the Bus. Yeah, they were just doing like, and I had never seen that concert from Amsterdam. I was like, oh, this is nice. I'm like, okay. And just looking at them, I'm like, what could have been?
By the time they got back to America, it was just Beyonce and Kelly. They had lost two other girls overseas somewhere.
I'm like, what? But that's it's like a great mystery. What could have been if LaToya and Latavia never got fired, let go from the group? What would that have? What would have been the outcome of everything? Because just looking at the four of them, they all had the stage presence. Like watching all of them they had great stage presence. They had good harmonies. They had been friends since they were little girls, so they had that great chemistry. And I'm like, what could have been if it never split? Not taking anything away from Michelle, because I think Michelle did a great job coming in. Michelle did a great job. Yeah, not taking away anything from her. And Michelle killed some bridges. Michelle did kill some bridges on them Destiny's Child songs. She did good on them bridges. But just looking at the original four members, I'm like, I want a concert. I want a tour. So Destiny's Child, come on, make it happen. For us old millennials, make it happen. Get this tour. This would be our tour. This would be for us.
Shout out LaToya who played on Raising Kanan. She was on there. She was on Raising Kanan last season. I was looking. I was like, yeah, LaToya, because she's older now. And I was like, and then I love LaToya. Yeah, that is. Yes,
and it's all up there. Like I said, all that stuff. I mean, because you have to think about when they had the fallout. They were very young. They were like 18, 19. They were very young.
Yes, I know they're getting older. LaToya was playing a mother role on Raising Kanan. So there you go.
Yeah, Destiny's Child, we're in our 40s. Like they're the same age as me. Like we're all in our 40s.
Mother of a teenage girl and shit, basically. So there you go. So yes. Yeah. So she's officially in mother role now.
You can have a teenager and be in your 40s.
She's playing mother roles now. So
but I'm ready. I want it to happen. Like, come on, make it happen. DC 5. We want to see the 5 members. I said, no shade. Farrah doesn't count. But we want to see the 5.
Not let you shit on Farrah. Does Farrah make a surprise appearance at the end of the show?
No.
I stand ovation and shit.
No.
I'm gonna start a chant. We want Farrah. People be like, who is Farrah? Remember Farrah, I'm sure.
No one remembers her.
Won't let you shit on Farrah.
No one remembers her though. But that's my excitement of me. I'm like, man, when I saw that, I started playing my Writings on the Wall. I put it on my Spotify. I was like, let me play my Writings on the Wall. And I'd start letting the album roll and having some great memories. Ariana was looking like, what are you? I'm like, this is Beyonce's group before she went solo, because she just knows Beyonce as Beyonce.
Yeah, it's just like when Jackson 5 for us when we were little was like, yeah, this was Michael before he went. This is before Off the Wall and Thriller,
right? Before Off the Wall and Thriller, because by the time we were, it was Thriller for me, Off the Wall for you, yeah. So
yeah, the Jacksons were still around for Off the Wall, but like it was by then, it was all about Michael. It was like it was there, but nobody really cared. It's like
it was Michael.
And after Thriller, they pretty much broke up after that. It's like. But yeah, they were still hanging around then, but it was Michael. Those are his brothers. It was like
those are his brothers.
5 were still a thing, but the Jacksons were still a thing, but nobody cared by then. It was all about Michael by then. But it's like that while I'm playing like old Michael Jackson, playing Jackson 5 tracks. It's like, yeah, this is Michael's group before.
Right.
Before he went solo and shit. Playing I'll Be There and shit like that.
I'll be there.
Dancing Machine and shit like that. Doom, 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 doom. Oh, that shit.
Since we're in the music, we can stay in music. Diddy gave back the rights to the musicians.
To he gave to his bad boy artists, like whether it's Mace, the Locks,
Faith Evans.
Faith Evans, Biggie's estate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It
That's
was $100 million something. It was a lot he gave back
yeah.
to publishing, and I mean, it's been mixed reviews about it. Like, what do you think about it? Because like some people are praising, and some people are like,
It's always a good thing when the artist gets a publishing back. Yeah. So I
yeah.
don't see some people just don't like Sean Diddy Combs. That's all that is. He could cure cancer and motherfuckers would still like have some negative. So you just don't like that motherfucker and shit.
I think that it is a step towards doing the right thing because we saw what happened, like when Mace called him out, and I was just like, eee. Because when Diddy, I forgot how it even started, because Diddy was about somebody not doing that. Mace was like, well, you did the same thing to me. And Mace like, what are you somebody here talking about? Because it was like some artists that did something with that. And then Diddy jumped in that conversation, and Mace jumped in and said, well, you wanted to talk because you did it to me, basically, because he wasn't letting Mace get his rights back. And you're publishing for what people don't understand is that's your catalog. That's
yeah. You own the music is like whoever owns the publishing basically owns that music. It's like yeah. That's what the whole controversy back in the 80s with Michael Jackson. He bought the Beatles publishing.
The Beatles, yeah.
He did that back in the 80s. And like so basically like you own the rights to that music, you can do whatever you want with it. It's like
so basically, let's say for example, let's say that Ford wants to use your music for a Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
We know how much Super Bowl commercials make.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We know what they do, them Super Bowl commercials. Let's say that 2K, whatever, the new 2K wants to use your music on their video game.
Yeah. Or another one where it's like with your beliefs and like your political and stuff beliefs, it can affect that. It's like let's say I own like your catalog and I can license your music to like Trump could use it during his campaign. Yeah, like, you might there be anti-Trump. There's nothing you could do about it. So your music is playing all of Trump's commercials. And there's nothing you could do about that. It's like you don't own the rights to that. It's like well I licensed him. Yeah, he could play it in the commercial, and all you gotta do is you can sit there and look dumb. Is all you can do. It's like that.
So that's why it is important if you can't own your publishing. Like it is some artists that do own their publishing, like
quite a few of them do. Yeah.
Like a big one I saw, because Russell Wilson bought his for Ciara. He bought her publishing for her. So, he got to his wife, so she was able to get her publishing. I think Ashanti, doesn't she have her publishing, I think now?
Ashanti, something with Murder Inc. I'm not sure. I gotta look at something. I think there's some loophole that she got around.
I think that she just was able to acquire it recently. Like she just was able to acquire her publishing recently.
Snoop Dogg, he bought Death Row, so he owns all of his publishing from that because he just bought last year. He bought the whole label, but he owns Death Row now. So
that means he has
so he owns all that publishing that came with it. It's like so he bought.
We had no business singing that song, but whatever. We just.
I think De La Soul just got the rights to theirs, which is why their music is streaming now. I think because for years, like De La Soul's catalog was missing, like on all streaming,
on Spotify, Tidal, all that, all the streaming services. Yeah.
So like I think just like which is unfortunate because right before it's about to start streaming, like one of them died. Yeah, so he never got to see that yet. But like the others are still So I think they just got the rights to it. Like I think this year, like early in 2020.
Very important to get your publishing. Yeah. Extremely important. So I mean, I think it's a good thing. And I hope that more people follow suit to that because
I hope somebody puts that in the contract. Is like I think after it's just like how stuff goes into the public domain after a certain amount of time. I think after a certain amount of time it should go back to the artist, the publishing.
Yeah,
people fight for that. It's like most artists don't because most artists are unknown. It's like you throw them a check. It's like you're just gonna take the check and not even
you're not going to read this contract.
Sign this, and this $250,000 is yours. Sign yours. It's like
well, I sign it. Looking like New Editions, mamas. Exactly. Looking like that.
Well, instead of just
still in the project,
after 10 years, I get all rights to publishing. Like have that in the contract. It's like, well, you have it for 10 years, the label. After that, it reverts
back to me. I think that would be a fair thing. I mean, like I said, we're not lawyers or anything, but I think that that
Well,
would
yeah, and the label didn't made like and that's probably when you're gonna make most of your sales. It is during that first 10 years. So you made a shitload of money. After that, it should come back to the artist. It's like,
that makes sense.
yeah. That's like I'm just a schmuck and shit talking on a podcast right now, but that's how I feel it should be. Like it's like
I mean, I don't disagree with that. I think that actually would be a good thing to do because it would bring some balance back because we always hear the thing about the music industry being so corrupt and so dirty and underhanded and all that. And like I said, we've seen it reenacted in some of the, I said, my first thought is the New Edition story when those boys were still living in the projects and you were on a world tour.
yeah.
Like, I was like, how? I was like, how, Sway? That was just, I was like, how? And then you explained, like, well, you're like, well, in the industry or TLC, like I said, Left Eye, here's how a group can sell 10 million records and be broke. And Left Eye broke down that whole thing.
Straight out of Compton, they showed that as well too. Well, like Cube, so I'm not signing that shit. He knew it was some bullshit.
He knew
the
it was
other
some
guys
bullshit.
signed the ruthless contract with Cube. Like he got out of it.
Why do you think that Cube and Dre did the best?
Mhm.
Why do you think that they're still here? I mean, obviously Easy passed on, obviously years ago, but but why do you think that Cube and Dre are and then Red and them are kind of,
Ella and shit.
yelling, just saying.
Cube got his own basketball league.
Yeah, been the big three. And then he has his production, Cube Vision.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of movies, Cube
And he
is
still makes music occasionally. Yeah.
Cube is he's doing all right and passed on the knowledge to his son, next generation, because his son is carving out his own career.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he passed on some knowledge to his son. So
quite the wrestling fan too. I've learned that while following his social media. he's heavily in the WWE. I was like, oh, who knew it? So I'm surprised if O'Shea Jr. like shows up on like Raw or SmackDown. Like shows up and like he's part of the show. Like because he's quite a wrestling fan. I was like, oh, okay. He's talking about he's talking about stuff I knew. It wasn't just like surface stuff. He went deep. I was like, oh, he's actually watching the show and shit. He mentions the stuff that just happened like 2 weeks ago. So this dude watches the show. Okay.
But yeah, I think that would be an actual good, like after 10 years, then it can
like it reverts back to the song, the artist. Yeah.
You think about as an artist, you have to be looking like, ooh, because Skilo, the I Wish guy. Yeah. His song played in a commercial like some years, like maybe about 10 years ago, or whatever. I forgot what it was, a big car company. And I remember I wish I was that song was playing in that car ad. Mm-hmm. And I was like I wonder, I don't know if he ever was able to get his publishing or not. I don't know what became of him or whatnot, but
who knows? Like I doubt it, but who knows? Like I don't know what his who owns that song is like, but
imagine that you're looking and you see you see that your song playing on this ad for this big commercial and you're like,
what's the name? Used to talk about that years ago. People made fun of him because he was so flamboyant. Like Little Richard used to talk about that all the time.
Yeah,
they used to use his.
They
song.
Stole a lot from him. They stole a lot from him.
Yeah. He talked about that all the time in the 80s. Like they just, I didn't get paid for that. I didn't get paid. He's like,
because how many people do Tutti Frutti? Oh, Rudy. We all knew that song.
Was in TV commercials and all of that, and like cartoons,
cartoons.
The Muppet Babies, probably them just making that up. Like, it's like they probably sang that song on one of those Muppet Babies or Alvin and the
Chipmunks. Alvin and the Chipmunks. It probably was them.
One of them made it, and then Little Richard didn't see none of that. He got none of that.
Alvin singing that.
Those are two shows where they sing on. So I'm
sure a
Little Richard song was saying it.
They did a lot of 50s throwbacks on Alvin and the Chipmunks. They did a lot of that type of stuff.
It was because that was like the that was the resurgence by then. By the 80s, the 50s and 60s.
50s and 60s were the resurgence.
During that time, it's so you saw, which is why Happy Days was on the air, set in the 50s because, and Back to the Future set in the 50s because that was the resurgence during the 80s. It was during that time. But Little Richard used to talk about that all the time. How he didn't get
all the time. He did.
Another guy who
laughed at him, but I mean, he was right.
Another guy who didn't get paid either was who he just lost recently. Everybody clap your hands. Used to hear that at every NBA arena. It's like all the Casper didn't get none of that because I don't know who owned the publishing to that record, but he wasn't
Really?
he wasn't getting that money though. So
Because they played all the sports game. Everybody clap your hands.
Yeah, you go to the ball, you hear that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Casper wasn't getting that money, which is unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll say 10 years you should get your publishing.
I think that is a fair thing. Like, so how do we get that into contracts? Like, can we?
It's gonna take it's gonna take an artist that the label really, 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 really wants and shit to be like, nope. In order to sign me, you gotta agree to this. It's gonna take somebody that's ballsy, that's like gonna tell like to shove that check up your ass and shit.
He has to be the next Beyonce, Prince, Michael Jackson, basically. Yeah. Somebody like on that level, you know what I mean?
They
be like
want you, and it's like, okay, yeah, you sign me, but I get my publishing after 10 years. It's like, yeah, it's gonna have to take the label like really wanting to sign this artist to agree to that. Yeah. But we shall see. Like,
own your shit, please.
Ownership, yeah.
Own it.
All about that. We talked about BET already. It's like still not gonna be black owned, like Viacom said. Now we're gonna hold on to it. And they're like everybody was trying to get their hands on that. Diddy, Tyler Perry, 50 Cent, Byron Allen. There's like it was so many like moguls that wanted it. Shit.
But with all these black moguls, like I think it should be like a mogul thing, you know, where it's like they all are like connected. It should be like some mogul network where like all of these billionaires / multi-millionaires should like just have like their own.
What's the name? I could see him owning the network. He's like everywhere. Like Steve Harvey is like.
There you go. Their own thing. Yeah, they should just have it.
Yeah.
And like Tyler Perry is already all over BET anyway.
Yeah,
like all his shows play on BET.
He got so many BET shows and shit. Yeah, it would make sense for him to own the shit. That's why he was the front runner. Shit, yeah, but Viacom pulled the deal off the table. They said, "Nah, we're gonna hold on to it."
It's a damn shame.
Are you gonna be BET and the B doesn't own it? Like I
said, makes no sense.
Also, what doesn't make sense is I shift gears. We ain't doing this. As a gun guy, is like some bullshit going on in New Mexico. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh gosh, no, I didn't.
Mexico governor is suspending the right to carry firearms for 30 days. It's like, yeah, so this has been getting some fucking traction across the country. It's like, yeah, for the pro-gun people. It's like, because basically, you're violating people's
Second Amendment right.
It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Is in there. It's like, yeah, because
is there a reason why you're just doing this? Like, what's the reason behind it?
You know the real reason. You don't want motherfuckers to have guns. But like saying that, well, there's a lot of violence you're trying to curb, but like the violence is not from legal gun owners. That's what these assholes don't understand. It's like it's from like the criminals are the ones that are shooting motherfuckers who got street guns and shit.
Guns, not guns that are purchased at a.
They're not going to a gun shop and taking a concealed carry class. They're not the ones. Crimes. It's like, yeah, I'm a concealed carry and I don't commit crimes and shit. Yeah. And as do most like gun owners, like the criminals are the ones that are like out here robbing folks. They're not taking the fucking 16-hour concealed carry class and shit. They just going like to the hood. Hey, yeah. They're like going to suites and shit.
They're going to suites. I say they're doing the juice. They go to suites.
Suites like Bishop and Raheem and Q did. It's like went to suites. Like, I got about $20. Yeah.
Yeah, baby, you came to get a slingshot.
So your mama said hi. She gave him the little gun. Little gun is like this size. He's like,
whatever her name was. Her man Diane said whatever her name was. It was like she had like a regular name. Sweet.
She had a refrigerator with Uzis and Tech 9s and that motherfucker.
Thanks. But that's what the people are going to the plug. They going to or like Dr. Dre and Set It Off.
Yeah, Dre and shit. That's what you go on the gun plug.
Black Sam, that was his name. Black Sam. They going to Black Sam.
Like Luther went to Black Sam and the girl like that.
They going to Sweet Sandra Black Sam. They're not going to like, hey, I'm gonna go to this.
Not going to fucking Chuck's gun shop and in the South suburbs. Debs in Indiana.
They go to Debs.
Not going to Pelchers in Lansing. Damn it.
They're not actually going to do the legal way to do it.
Yeah, shit. Where you get a background check and then then you got to take a class just to carry the shit. It's like, no, like they wanted to plug and shit. That's
in background checks. They The background checks come back. They do.
Definitely, yeah. They definitely full background check and shit. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you making the streets less safe when you don't realize it. It's like you making shit less safe. It's like because now only the criminals have guns and shit. It's like, yeah.
And it's gonna
Now
be the
something
purge.
happens, I can't even defend myself. It's like,
Now
yeah.
it's gonna be the purge, basically. That's what's gonna happen.
Like,
Gonna be eyes.
You really think the criminals are gonna read this like, yeah, a 30-day ban? Like, oh, let me leave my illegal gun at home.
Let me put my Uzi up. No.
Let me not go to the gun plug today and shit. It's like, you think Luther's not gonna go to the gun plug after he stole the money out of the vent? No, he's going straight to Big Sam. That's the first thing he did. He said, "Let me go get me a gun," like, which makes sense. It's like,
I found 250 to
you don't know what it is. He didn't know it was like Cleo and them. It could have been like some mobsters that left.
It could have been some mobsters.
He said, "Let me go get a gun." And shit, in case
or it could have been some Crips or Bloods because they were in LA.
Yeah, you don't know where that money
It could have been some essays. It could have been anybody.
Going, like, get him a piece and shit. He's like, yo, need me a piece.
He's like, yeah, I found $300,000. I'm getting the hell out of Dodge.
and went and got him a gun. It's like, yeah. That's why, because Dre was like, yeah, that's why that fool was acting crazy. Yeah, because he came like, yeah, hey, I need a gun. He probably was acting weird and suspicious. Yeah, what you need something real quick. Hey, right now. It's like, I gotta go. It's like, yeah. I
gotta go. Like that, yeah.
That's why that fool was acting crazy and shit. But now he messing with my money and shit. But
I think that's dumb, though. I mean, and it's unconstitutional. So,
yeah, like the gun community has been outraged. They're like, yeah, it's gonna be. If I lived in New Mexico, I'll be part of the class action suit. It's like, they're gonna sue the state. It's like, yeah, I'd be part of that shit.
But my thing is, how are you running for these offices and you even know how the Constitution works? Like that's like,
you can't just do that shit. It's like,
did you not pass civics? Did you not take the Constitution test?
Like Gibbs and shit back in the day.
I mean, we had civics. We had to pass the to graduate 8th grade. You have to pass the Constitution test. Back in my era, you had to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it's true now, but I know when I was 8th grade, I had to do that.
Absolutely. Miss Gibbs, damn it.
Mr. Hickson.
We remember the teacher that we took that class.
So it's like, how do you not know that? And you run for an office. Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand.
What's funny, like, I was on the comments on social media about that is like, and it never applies to them. It's like, yeah, so are you gonna tell your personal security to stop carrying their guns? It's like
that part.
It only applies to the citizens, the peasants. Yeah, like you can. I can have guns, but you can't. It's like, yeah.
You know that Bridgerton meme with the people are like looking down with the. It applies to only
with their monocles, like, yeah, falling
commoners. It doesn't apply for us, you commoners, you peasants. You're beneath me.
Every governor in this country got private security.
There you go.
Like, for assassination risk, is like, are you gonna tell them to stop carrying it?
So we sure saw at the parade. I said, because like JB was at the parade, but his whole team was surrounded.
I never saw JB. Like, he must have not been in the section where I never even saw him.
Because like I said, I
didn't see JB.
I saw his people go by. I didn't see him, but like on TV, like I said, they zero in the camera on the face, and like I said, I guess like we just didn't see because he was surrounded by his security. Because like we didn't see him, but when you were watching on TV, then they put the camera directly on his face.
JB, no, he didn't want that smoking shit. He probably didn't even want to do the parade. He just did it because it looked good. He probably didn't want to be out there. So it'll be good. Yeah, it'll look good for the cameras. They zoomed in so you didn't see the security on TV. You just saw him. Y'all saw what really happened.
Because like, I never saw him. I saw the group walk by with a lot of people, but I never saw him. But yeah, that's just goofy though. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I had to talk about that because
New Mexico get it together. Right, New Mexico, you said?
And JB, you better not pull that shit. I personally go whip his ass.
No.
No, then you be doing this podcast solo then.
Exactly.
Radio DJ whips governors. That'd be the headline, though. Yeah.
No, but they seem to follow, like, you just can't you can't be
it's like
a
he seems
rogue
smarter than that.
person.
Like even with certain things, like for example, like when he did the magazine limit, like at first it was gonna be 10, he extended it to 15 because like 10 rounds, then you making pretty much everybody a criminal. It's like, yeah, it's like 10 rounds, I'd be a criminal. I'll just leave it at that. It's like a lot of guns come standard with like 12 to 15 rounds. It's like
Right.
so you making everybody a criminal, but
And you just can't be a rogue person. Like, you just can't just go and just do like what you feel like. Part of being a good leader.
you work for the people, like
Right. That's part of being a good leader. You can't do stuff like
supposed
that.
to serve your constituents. It's not about you, it's about your people. It's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And clearly, like it's ruffling feathers, this New Mexico governor and shit. Yeah, motherfuckers are pissed off about that shit. So we'll see what happens.
Goofy for that.
All right, well, that's all I got. You got any more, kid?
Not really.
Let's wrap it up. Not another damn podcast. Episode 328. We definitely appreciate you supporting us. You want to support us further, give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms, talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey.
YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know I gets down.
And you can check me out MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm going.